All right. Hello, everyone. It is time for the Greenhouse Season 4 draft. I'm giving ASMR this time around um, because I am kind of just like out in the open right now. It'll be so fun. I'm so excited. It's an extra layer of tension that the draft has never seen. It's going to be incredible. We have three people joining me today. We'll start off with icon of Season 1, all star of the draft, Maddie. What is up, Maddie?
Hey, what's up? Nothing much. Really excited for this new season. Excited to see a lot of new blood into the game. I'm like, okay. I'm excited to see how they play. And I'm keeping my eyes open because I want to see how these people will interact with who I think is going to be in All Stars.
Ooh, absolutely. Good things to think about. So, Maddie, what's your favorite board game?
My favorite board game. It's this board game called Clipology. It's basically like Seen It, but for a large gambit of movies, anywhere ranging from like the 50s to like most recent.
All right, iconic. Next up from season 3 of The Greenhouse, just had such an incredible performance on the after show, the reunion. Shane, what's up?
Hey, what's going on?
Shane, I have a question for you. What is an award that you won? What's like the first award that you ever won, and how will it help you in this draft today?
The first award I ever won, probably like a spelling bee, and then I immediately let that go to my head and I stopped doing anything English related. Uh,
Oh,
so yeah, I don't know how that's gonna help, but I don't know. I
iconic.
do love the board
So,
game team this year.
thank you, thank you. So Shane is starting from behind. All right. Last but not least, all star from the Luke's Big Brother 19 draft, Taylor.
Hi.
Hi, hi fellow Taylor. I'm trying not to rig this for you as a fellow Taylor, but how are you doing?
Doing well, still in law school, just as us Taylors do. And
Right.
last time, my first draft pick won, and the other, I think, three were in the final five. So, ready to keep my legacy of picking the winner going.
No, it was an all-time iconic draft performance from you. So congratulations,
It's
and I have
crazy.
high expectations.
They will be exceeded.
Also, Taylor is on the currently airing season of Ascendance. Taylor, do you want to tell us about it really quick?
I was going to ask if I could drop this, but yeah. So
Yeah.
I am playing Ascendance Life Season 3. We just showed our fifth episode last night, and I am still in as of now. And I highly recommend it if you like reality shows, if you like The Greenhouse, you'll definitely love Ascendance. And you can binge the first 5 episodes and let us know your thoughts. But it's definitely a good mix. It's a new format, just like The Greenhouse, and highly recommend it. I can drop the link to the YouTube in the chat.
Yeah, absolutely. And everyone watching this should know of live reality games somehow. So I know there's also been plenty of Ascendance coverage, and I know on the different pages they link there too. So
Mhm.
highly recommend Ascendance. Big friend of the Greenhouse. Hearts out there.
Edmund won the first season.
Edmund won the first season. Edmund iconically cannot join us tonight, so I will delete his slide. I'll get Edmund, no worries. So here we go. Today we are doing in traditional greenhouse fashion an auction style draft. So we will randomly select one player to be first, and then all of you will bid up to your bank of 20 seeds to try to recruit each player onto your team. You are not guaranteed any number of contestants. One person might truly get half the cast. Uh, Truly.
Oh,
So it'll be
nice.
so fun. It's all about how you weight, how much you prioritize each person, and we will see who gets the winner. The person who wins each round of the auction will choose the next player that is up for grabs. Do we have any questions?
Nope.
Yeah. Did you intentionally choose terrible pictures of all of your
I
players for
did.
this?
I did. I did, in fact, just quickly grab a screenshot from the theme song.
Nice.
Oh, hi, Valencia Burns. I see your comment. Yeah, we are a unique live reality game format. I like to think of it as Big Brother with an economics degree, though that makes it sound more intimidating than I think it really is. It's really kind of Big Brother with the genius style, one, challenges, and two, currency. It's a ton of fun. It's as though, because of an auction system, it's like the veto goes to the most interesting person each week, in my opinion. Plus other different game mechanics. But it's a lot of fun. Highly recommend. But I'm also the target audience. So, um, yeah, so right before we begin, what are our general reactions to the premiere?
Go for it, Taylor.
Okay. Since you guys have played it, I'm just gonna go for it. These are like the most strategic player. Like they all are like fresh graduates, all from LSU, of course. And I was kind of shook at, sometimes when people have never played this game, they like kind of just come in, really full of love and spirit and blissful ignorance. But with this season, there's been people can watch past seasons at this point, and I think whether people want to admit it or not, everyone seems to come, guns ablazing, ready to go, and I'm scared.
No, absolutely. That is a very good read. I think everyone here came with their game face on. Even like Kelby, who is outwardly saying she doesn't want to lie and like wants to play an honest game. She is a huge fan of Big Brother and like is very much coming in here well informed. So I think like genuinely assume everyone knows what's up. Shane, what did you think of the premiere?
Yeah, I agree. And there's a lot of like reading of other personalities. Like they're doing a lot of waiting and trying to feel each other out, which I think is a lot different. Before it was just like, oh, we're all just here to have a good time. And now it's like, no, I'm here to win. So I want to see what everyone else is thinking, what everyone else is doing, and how I can factor that into my plans.
How do you think that this cast compares to the cast you competed with in Greenhouse 3? What are the major...
Oh, man. Loaded question. Since my cast was the lovey-dovey cast, I do like them on a personal level, but there were a lot of people that I just don't understand what was going on. I still don't. It's been a year, and I'm like, what is going on?
I kind of honestly think a lot of Shane's just walked in, right?
Honestly,
Yeah.
You got the strategy from the start.
Yeah, a lot of people new to Luke games, but also who have experience under their belt. Like Shane, you host your own games too, right?
Yeah, I do.
Slay.
That makes sense.
Maddie, what are your thoughts on the premiere?
I'm honestly super excited for the new season just because I love getting greenhouse content and I like getting to analyze it. So be prepared to accept all of my notes after every episode drops again.
I want it. This is my favorite part of Greenhouse season.
But no, I think everyone, came with their game face on, and I don't think there's going to be necessarily any like easy target super early, because I think a lot of people have a pretty decent social game, but they also have a really good strategic game. So I can't wait to see the dynamic between some of these characters and how they're gonna maneuver through this game.
No, absolutely. I think that there's a heavy level of gamer energy that I think comes close, if not surpasses, season 1, which had some really intense personalities. So what do you think about how this cast compares to the cast you played against?
So for my cast, we had a lot of people that have played some form of game before. So I don't want to say that it was a cast of all-stars, but like it was a lot of returners and people that knew what they were doing. And so that inherently made it a lot harder to maneuver through the game, because everybody, one, had a love for the game and had probably mostly played it online, everyone in season 1, and were super excited to see it in person. And so everyone was super passionate about it. So the difference here is, I don't know. I mean, these people will have seen the past 3 seasons, or maybe the past 2 seasons. I don't know if they would have seen
Two
season 3.
seasons. Yeah, season 3 hadn't premiered by the time that we filmed this.
So they have some like background knowledge to go forward with. And I don't know, I'm excited to see what they take from the first 2 seasons and how they implement mess ups in the past into this game and how to expand upon them.
I agree. It's a good time. So without further ado, let's get started. So we will start with, Ava, according to my random.org list, is the first player up. Okay. So opening bids to recruit Ava. Starting at 1 seed.
1.
2.
Right. 2.
3.
4.
4 for Ava. Going once. Going twice. Congratulations, Taylor.
Queen. I'm
recruited
so excited for Ava.
Queen Ava onto your team. All right, Taylor, what is it about Ava that grabbed your attention?
Just right away, like she knows herself. She said she was going to be social. I totally think she's going to be social. But with this cast, the reason I'm not super terrified of the social game, because that's, obviously the one, unless you're a challenge comp, that's what you're going to see the most. Like, you can choose how close to keep the strategy to you. The social is not necessarily as easy. But I think that in this cast, with other people being so outward, like her social game, I think is just going to like mesh perfectly in the middle. And I think the times when like the targets really come out, I think she's going to do just like flawlessly in that. She's got this. Love it.
Absolutely. Total solid pick. Ava was on another show called Home Alone, which we could talk more about when we get to Gavin. But she gave me one of the most iconic moments I have ever seen on that show, where she she like faked mad at some point and like started crying in front of the whole cast, and then like pulled someone to the side and said, "I can cry on command." It was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I would have bid 20 seeds on her probably. So
She's great.
She's great. Shane, you started bidding on Ava. What are your thoughts on her?
Oh yeah, I love her. She's just like so sporadic, but like in a lovable way. She just kind of says what she's thinking accidentally almost, but it's always like really humorous and really funny. But I also like that she's really in touch with like reading other people. Like everything that she was saying, I was like, yeah, that sounds right to me, and cut to the other person saying exactly what she was saying. So it's funny that like she comes off as like this not scatterbrained or like ditzy, but just like fun, bubbly person. But I think she has like a really good read on people.
Yeah.
And one thing we haven't talked about is she and Gavin know each other, right?
Yeah,
they do.
Those are the two. So I'm curious. I think that it will absolutely not hurt her as long as other people don't know. So like in my heart, I hope they keep that to themselves.
I think she already said it, didn't she?
Oh, she said that she mentioned that she was on another show.
Oh, okay.
But I don't think Gavin has mentioned anything about his experience yet.
And even still, I think that would hurt Gavin more than it would hurt her anyway.
Yeah, I would agree. And also, I think that these two are hiding their connection better than Brady and Rogue did.
That was tragic. That was terrible.
30-second secret icons.
Right.
Maddie, I noticed you weren't gunning for Ava here. What are your reservations?
It wasn't. I have my eyes on a few other people, and I want to give myself the best chance possible to get some of them. But also what made me hesitate on bidding on Ava was when they were, talking about the troublemaker, and when it was her, Jessica, and John Michael. it was going between John Michael and Jessica, and they were like, well, maybe I could do it. Well, maybe I could do it. And she was like, well, should I? Like, she was completely scot-free, and she kind of like drove herself into a position of danger. And I was like, I don't like that for you.
Mhm.
So I don't know if she has some similar moves like this in the future that might be of detriment to her.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that was an odd gut reaction from Ava during
Right.
that first seed hunt. Also, what do we think about the board game theme? Do we love it? Do we think it's cute? I think it is.
How dare you do this? What am I supposed to do with my 500 board games?
I don't know. Sorry, you're on the wrong season.
No, this is an amazing theme. And then even the seed hunts like Risk, Trouble, like Twister. And I thought the order of them picking it, like Twister would have been my first grab too.
Yeah.
And then Risk and Trouble, I would have been like, no, I want nothing to do with that.
Right? I was so surprised when people were voluntarily picking them. I was like,
Trouble. And I'm like,
what?
okay.
And here I am. I was like, risk.
Iconic. We will see what the risk hunt is next time. Oh, we have a question from Valencia Burns. So are people really threatened when people say they have played a game before? What if they aren't a winner? Honestly, it's a bit weird. Like, truly, I've seen a million different reactions in our games. One thing about our gaming community is that it has been in my hometown from the start, though I am hoping to expand to Austin, Texas after the summer. So it's changed. I don't really watch the challenge, but I believe it's kind of like the challenge works in that they recycle players a good bit. We're the same. So I think a lot of it has to do with the reputation that these people have garnered over several seasons. And also just how the newbies genuinely feel about it. I've seen newbies not care at all. I have seen newbies want to only target past players. So it's very inconsistent. So I can't really tell you a pattern. But I don't find that I don't find that the returnees have an unfair advantage, if I'm honest. Like, for example, Maddie's season had a bunch of returners, but it was a new player who took the title. I'm not going to overspoil. But also, this is season 4 draft. So yeah, in fact, no, I'll avoid saying that to avoid spoiling other seasons. But yeah, Maddie and Shane, what do you think about past players in our games? Do you find that they're a looming target for you?
Not really. Like, especially if you didn't win, like, yeah, you have more experience and like, you know, the layout and stuff, but the only thing I think that you have more over anyone else is social connections, but
Right.
that could also harm you if you've played a cutthroat game and you've screwed people over in the past. They're coming right after you, rather than if you're a new player, you've got a clean slate. You can be whoever you want to be. So there's pros and cons. I don't really think it has that much weight personally.
Yeah, Maddie, what do you think?
I think it has the potential to have more weight if it's mostly newbies and a couple returners, because then it's easy for newbies to gang up on returners. But sometimes they're really sly. Like Shane, y'all let Thomas go straight to the end. Your entire class. And he is like the ultimate returner. Like I don't know how many games he's played, but I know he's played a lot. And
it's a ridiculous number.
Right.
But also he's my twin brother. So
Exactly. So I think they have the potential to hold a lot of weight in the game that returners could, I see, be viewed in two ways. One, as a big threat because they know the game and they've played it before and they know some ins and outs. But two, because of that, some people are drawn to them and want to maybe see them as a mentor and work with them, hoping that they can get farther with working with them.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for the question, Valencia. I love the curiosity. Also, if you're looking to find my channel at all, search Survivor Goat Island. It'll come up. Taylor Luke, it'll also come up. The Greenhouse Game Season 1, it'll also come up. Also, there are plenty of links in the live reality games group. All right, so let's keep moving. Taylor, which player is up for grabs next?
Ooh. Let's do John Michael.
Iconic. Could not be more
Mhm.
iconic. Okay, John Michael up for grabs. Do I hear a starting bid?
I'll bid 1.
2.
3.
Oh, everybody's in.
4.
4 on John Michael. Going once.
5.
5 on John Michael. I'm shaking. Going once. Twice. Congratulations, Shane. You have recruited
it.
John Michael onto your team. All right, Shane, you get to kick off the conversation. What do you love about John Michael?
I love him so much. He's my favorite so far. He's the one out of everyone else that's like, I think he's probably the most studied of all the games of all the previous seasons. Like he said it himself, I want to kind of lay low in the middle, find my good people around me, and then start making moves, which is probably the correct thing to do with all of these newbies as well. I think he's super sociable. A lot of people like him already. And even in that interaction when they were discussing the trouble with, who was it, Ava and was it
Jessica.
I know that they were going back and forth, but I think that's such a good move for his social game. I know he didn't want it, and I don't really like that he took that risk, but that shows the other two, like, look, I'm willing to go at bat for you guys. And immediately when he won rock, paper, scissors, he was like, I don't want it. So, like, that shows me that he at least knows and he has a good head on his shoulders, but this is week 1. You don't want to, like, cause that much of a rift. I think he's got an impeccable read on the game, and I cannot wait to see what he does.
Absolutely. I think that's an incredible read on him. I'm so excited to have him on here. I know he plays online games, and he's been a huge fan of Survivor and Big Brother, so he was extremely excited to be there. So I know he's taking this very seriously. Taylor, what did you think about John Michael?
Okay. So, like, the vibes are so amazing, honestly. Like, just like from the start, he's like, I'm gonna play dirty. He's ready to go. Like, and I love the vibes. And I also was interested in maybe snagging him, but like, as I do, I am a little bit hesitant on John Michael. For the reason that he is so guns a-blazing. Like, I just think he's going to be one of those players who does know the game, who's playing it well, but I think other people are going to see that. So that was my hesitancy on that. He's vibing with Ruby. I know Ruby said she was vibing with him, so he obviously can make those connections. So, like, he's a great pick, honestly. I just think that, like, he is not going to be able to hide his mastermind, his, like, where his head's at. I think he might be a little emotional, like, if the time comes. And so I don't know. I think if he got in hot water, I don't know how he would recover.
Yeah, it's a good consideration to make. Because even in his opening interview, he said he wants to backstab and make sure he wins, but also that he thinks it'll be emotionally difficult. So we'll see. Maddie, what did you think about John Michael?
Loved him. I think he has a great strategic game in him, and I'm excited to see what he does with that. I have similar concerns with, I think people will view that also of him and will make him a bigger target at some point. I mean, I think he can play long game, but I don't know if he could be a round top 4 cut. Like, people bring him all the way to the end and then be like, we're not bringing you to the actual end because we can't win against you.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. The Final Four is a major obstacle for heavily strategic players, but there's always a way around it, in my opinion.
Yep.
All right. Any other comments on John Michael before we keep going? All right, Shane, who is next up?
Let's go with Ross.
All right. Oh, wait, first let me take
No.
All right, Ross is up. Iconic.
Right.
Do I hear anyone interested in recruiting Ross?
I'll go 1.
I'll go 2.
I'll go 3.
Oh, I guess I'm sitting out again.
3 seats on Ross. Going once. Twice.
I'll go 4.
Congratulations, oh. No, I'll accept that. That's 4.
I'll
That
take
is 4. 4 on Ross.
I'll go 5.
5 on Ross. Going once. Twice. Congratulations, Maddie. You have recruited Ross on your team. All right, so you get to kick off the conversation. What do you love about Ross?
So I love his. First of all, he's hilarious. I don't think he's trying to be. And I think that dry sense of humor will endear people to him. And I think that
Absolutely.
he's going to have an incredible social game, and people are going to be drawn to want to work with him. And I think that's going to bode really well for him in this game. And I think he's going to continuously have numbers.
Yeah, I think humor is an underrated skill in these games. I think especially because it's so fast. Like our games are much faster than other LRGs out there. So I think it's a really good indicator of how fast someone can make bonds, just because you truly need to get it together in like the first hour. So yeah, I don't know. His interview with Thomas was killing me. First,
Oh my
shout out to
God.
Thomas
He
for
got Thomas together. That was so.
no, he got Thomas together. Thomas has faced so much judgment in his life. It was so iconic. Thomas, if you're watching, you did great on the interviews.
Yeah, we
Taylor, what are your thoughts on Ross?
Okay, was Ross the one that was like roses are red?
Yes.
Yes, the greenhouse is green. I can't rhyme. Let's have some fun. Like,
Yes.
so funny. Honestly, I think he is going to be. It's so hard because I could say all of these players are going to be social. I think Ross is going to do well in this game, especially if he makes these first few connections first. I think he can also be a player that kind of hides and chills and uses the connections. I think this game is going to fall on like where those connections hit from the start, just because I think all these players do have the potential to have the social capital. It's just going to be like who gets what first. I'm excited for Roz. I hope he just keeps giving. Like, I don't know. He's hilarious.
He's
and
hilarious.
I think that I'm just like waiting for like it to be a very serious moment and we get comedic relief. And like he's probably not even trying. He just says some stuff, and I'm so ready for Roz.
God, it's such a fun season. Shane, what are your thoughts on Ross?
I love Ross too. Like that's the kind of players I like to work with that are just like funny. And I don't like his 4 things. I don't remember what the question was that Thomas asked him. He's like, "What's 4 things that describe you?" And the first thing he said is dry. I bust out laughing. Like that's so funny. And then the second one was fashionable, and he's wearing gray sweatpants. Like, he's so funny. Like
He's so funny.
I think he's the type of person that doesn't realize how funny he is, which makes it even funnier.
Oh, absolutely.
The only thing that I'm worried about him is, like Dylan said in his interview, that he already has his eyes set on Ross because of the whole Jackbox debacle. So as funny as Ross is, he also said himself, like, I'm not feeling very strongly one way positively or negatively towards anyone. He's everyone. So I hope that he can get into an alliance pretty early. But if he doesn't, I don't really know how that's going to go middle of the season. He might be in trouble.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's one aspect of Ross's dryness. I think it quickly communicates just how intense he is, because I think he is very openly taking this very seriously,
Mhm.
which was only accentuated by him refusing to play Jackbox in that 2-hour break. We'll get there. I will have my comments, but okay, iconic. So Maddie, who is up next?
Let's see.
So many options.
Let's go with Victoria.
Victoria?
Yeah.
Okay, iconic Victoria. All right, do I hear anyone interested in recruiting Victoria?
I'll do one.
One on Victoria. Going once. Twice. All right, congratulations, Taylor. You have picked up a player for just one seed.
Sure did.
All right. So, Taylor, what do you think about Victoria?
I think that Victoria is going to be completely underestimated in this game, but clearly I just got her for a steal. She is bubbly. I think that the hardest rounds for Victoria are going to be the early rounds. She is a player. I think she's smart, and I think that it's just going to be the connections for her. But what I really liked is that Victoria is vibing with Jessica, who knows the game. And so I think that if they really like hit it off together, which I think they will, their personalities are so cute. I want to see more of them. I think that they could be a dangerous duo in the sense that even if Victoria's in hot water, if Jessica isn't, she can use her power that I think she's going to have because people are bonding with her to protect Victoria and people are going to sleep on her. So I do think Victoria was like a sleeper snatch, and I think that she's going to go far.
Absolutely. I think that's a great read. I love Victoria so much. She gave me one of my favorite moments in our games of all time. This was included in her interview with Thomas, but it was too windy, so I couldn't include it in the episode. But there was one idle hunt on one Survivor game where players had to like tie ropes to different marks on trees and like where the intersection was, like that's where they had to dig. But the like garden hoe that she was using broke off. So she grabbed just the end of it and was like chopping at the ground. And it's the single funniest shot I think we've ever had. Sorry, wait, let me mute. Maddie, what do you think about Victoria? I know you played with her in that season.
In that season. Yeah. So yeah, I have played with Victoria before, and I don't know. I think she has the power to be a really good player, and I think she has the power to go far. The reason that I think like what her downfall is that she might come on too strong, and people might get scared of that and see that as a threat, and could be an easier out for somebody.
Yeah, I think that's very fair. I think that's very fair. Shane, what do you think about Victoria?
I had the opposite reaction, only just because I can't remember too much of what she said, and I know that that's kind of a pitfall that a lot of players fall into is, everyone's trying to, fluff up their feathers and strut in the first, like, hour or two just to, like, kind of claim their place, and I felt like she was kind of quiet. But she does have the benefit that this is gonna be a longer season over multiple days, so it's not gonna be as fast, so she doesn't really have to, put herself too far out there, almost to, like, a fake amount, so she could come off as a truly genuine player, and that could get her far.
Yeah, definitely. I think the main reason I know Victoria, well, we went to high school together, but I know her through this like public service type organization. And she is very active there. She like handles up. So I know that she works really well in groups and she's iconic. So happy to have her. So yeah, let's keep moving. Taylor, who is the next player up for grabs?
Let's go Brock.
Brock. All right. Wait, let me move him to the front. Okay. Brock is up for grabs. In the greenhouse this week, who's interested in picking up Brock?
I'll do one.
1 seed from Shane,
I'll do 2.
2 from Maddie. Going once. Twice. Congratulations, Maddie. You have your second player in Brock. So tell us, what do you see in him?
So I think some people are scared of being in the greenhouse first round because they think it gets too much blood on your hands too early. But from past seasons, we've seen that being in the greenhouse early allows you to make connections early, and I think that's going to be really beneficial for him. I think he's playing really under the radar right now, and I don't like from watching it the episode one time. I don't remember a lot of things he said, which can be scary, but I do think that that is to his benefit because he's not like being so out there so early.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially since he showed up late. This week could not have been
Right.
could not have been more of a clutch win for him because I think otherwise would have been a very easy nom. But now
sure.
is in a position of power to try to like recover. Shane, do you think Brock will be able to recover? What do you think?
I don't know. Okay, here's the thing. Did he and Seth drive together? Like, did
I wondered about that.
Okay, so
yes, consider them the Rogue and Brady.
Yeah, they're a clear duo. And then Seth chose him on his team, and then they both got in the greenhouse. But like in my mind, I'm like, that's a huge threat. Like I understand that you want to be in early, but also these two people that are clearly a duo are playing together. But I think he does have the benefit of he doesn't really know too much about the game, so he can learn while he goes and say, I don't really know what's going on. And we've seen that work before.
Oh, absolutely.
And they get far, and then they just pick up and have the momentum going forward. I think he needs to separate himself from Seth a little bit. Absolutely. I don't really know how they're going to do that, but good for him for getting in the greenhouse. I think that was clutch for sure.
Yeah. Taylor, do you think they'll be able to separate themselves?
Yes, that was my big question was when you said that they were both running 2 hours behind. I was like, okay, they're probably riding together. And so that made me a little bit nervous, but I was like, I don't know. So I think that, I think that they can separate themselves. The note I have next to Brock is newbie AF. And so I think that these early rounds are going to be difficult because like they came late, they missed the Jackbox, those early connections. So I think it'll be harder, but I don't think it's impossible. Like if he just starts, like if maybe we didn't see his vibing out with other people, like he might just be one of those people that like might be like disposable as of now, but if he can survive, then he can thrive. So I think that it's possible. Mm-hmm. He seems so nice. I just like
survive.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, he is so nice. In fact, he joined the cast like the night before the game started. Because we got a drop the night before, and he was with Seth, and Seth was like, "Oh, I'm coming. I'm with my best friend. He's interested." I said, "The spot is his." So I don't know, very cool, very just willing to dive in like that, which I think speaks well on him as a player. So we'll see. Though you are right, he is the newbiest of the cast, but I like him a lot. All right, so Maddie, who is next up for grabs?
Let's go with Jessica.
All right. Jessica, history maker, adventurer extraordinaire, most talented member of this cast. Does anyone want to recruit Jessica?
Me. I'll do one.
I'll do 2.
2 on Jessica.
I'll do 3.
3 on Jessica. Going once. Twice. Congratulations, Taylor. You have recruited Jessica for 3 seats.
Again, all the women.
Iconic. All right, so Jessica is making history as the first ever person to play the greenhouse more than once. Taylor, what do you think about our first returnee?
Love her so much. What season did she play?
She was on season 2.
Okay, so don't know her game. I didn't see it. Returning's hard, especially like when you're like the only one. She's gonna have a lot of eyes on her, but she seems to be playing it really well right now. I think her biggest challenge is going to be later in the game, because she's already working her social capital. So she just has to make sure to like keep that threat level in her control. But I don't think she's going to be an early boo by any means. I think she totally is going to be just fine. I don't know. In a game where like she is that one returnee, like I've been in one of 3 returnees and I made to the end. So like she can totally thrive and do well. She's not a winner. So I think she's got it. I had a mark next to her, like of someone I was definitely interested in. So I'm excited.
Yeah, Jessica, I could not be more thrilled to have her back. I will quickly talk about her Greenhouse 2 game, so if you don't want to be spoiled, mute for like 20 seconds. But Jessica was the first boot of Greenhouse Season 2. She was the Rose that round and was iconically fly-trapped in the first round. It's one of the gaggiest moments of the series. And yeah, okay, marking that. So done spoiling Jessica's season 2 game. She's iconic. She's been playing with us since truly some of the early years of us hosting. So she very much knows her way around these games. I mean, clearly she's a very magnetic personality. I love talking to her. She's so funny. She always has such a good attitude. I'm obsessed with her.
That makes sense though, because I was talking to Reynolds and him and Eddie were talking about like a player who just like got so like screwed over, and it led to like a change because like that was like not a twist that was anticipated to like do that round 1. So that's good though. Maybe they don't know how she plays and she's ready.
Yeah, absolutely. Maddie, you were teammates with Jessica iconically on Survivor All Stars.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think?
I love Jessica. She is an amazing human being. She's so funny, and I also love talking with her. I think being the only returner could put a major target on her back, and I'm nervous for her. She was on my team last time I drafted, and we saw how that went. But I think is one of her downfalls is she word vomits and then she just starts talking a little bit too much, and that might turn some people away, but it could endear people to her. It could go either way. I don't know. I'm a little nervous for her being the only returner, but we're going to see what happens.
Yeah, definitely. Jessica has truly had every outcome happen to her in our series, so truly she has the potential for anything. Shane, what do you think?
I love Jessica. Something about her, like her aura, just like I want to gravitate towards her. Like I want to sit next to her on the couch. I just want to talk to her. Like I don't know what it is about her, but she just can't help but be like effervescent and just like really sociable. And she is the only returnee, but also she's got a great like out. All she has to say is, I mean, I was the first out. Like I didn't really get to play that much. Like I was the fly trapped. So she's played before, but I mean, did she really? So I think she was a great addition to the cast. I can't wait to see what she does. I do not like the whole trouble fiasco and that she
Yes.
ended up with it. I feel like that's going to be, I mean, luckily she's with Ava in that, so I think Ava's going to be on her side. I don't think John Michael's going to have her back as much, because that's an easy way for him to just be like, go home so I can have the chip. But I think that her social game is so good, like she'll be fine. She should be fine.
Yeah, what do we think about the troublemaker role? Is it enviable in any way? How would y'all handle the hunt?
Couldn't be me.
Right.
Yeah.
I would never volunteer to be the troublemaker. If I was in that scenario, I would definitely have just been like, no, don't want it. And then when someone else is it, my game plan would be, okay, the other person that's not it, you need to go first. And then I can get the person who is the troublemaker out. And that way I'm the only one getting a seed, no one else. So
I will say it's
No.
not elimination based, it's nomination based. So it's a bit different from the target hunts from the last 2 seasons.
Mm-mm.
So it's as soon as Jessica's nominated, it's locked in. So they don't have
Gotcha.
to eliminate her.
Yeah,
That's
I would be
so
throwing a
fun.
fit. I would be like,
Yeah.
no, I'm not doing that. Like,
I
and
mean,
it doesn't even have to be John Michael or Ava that puts her up. It could just be like, because people are just like randomly talking. You can just slyly say like, Jessica's played before. That can be an excuse enough to put someone up.
Yeah.
Like you never know.
But yeah,
absolutely.
the only way it's it could give you like that trust with someone when if you like take it. But it's a risk for sure.
Yeah.
A big one.
It's a tough spot. Another question I have is if you're the teammate of the troublemaker or teammate, like connected by the hunt, do you help that person with the seed that you get, or do you just like send them out, hang them out to dry? What do we think?
For me, I think it just depends on how different alliances shake out because it is so early. If you're working together, yeah, I would help them out. But if it more strategically, I would want to be not openly opposed, but like in the respect that I want to get the seed, but I don't want to have to give it back to you. You know what I'm saying? And if I was in the troublemaker role, I would use that to my benefit and be like, do not put me up because this person and this person's going to get a seed if you nominate me, and like get them out first. And that way there is no seeds being given out. That's how I would play it if I was Jessica. I don't know how she's going to do it, but we'll see.
No,
You
I think
can
that is
kind of use it as like
That's a good
defensive. Be
point.
like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, that's a good point.
It's be like, yeah, if you are like in, oh, you want to throw me under the bus? All right, let me just let all of y'all know these people are about to be like get power from it. So like, don't play their game. So you can play your position, whether it's like the better of the troublemaker deal, or like the worst. You can like use it to your advantage, I think.
It's kind of like a game of like trust chicken. Like who's going to be the first one to throw the other under the bus? Like,
it's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. All right. Yeah, I'm excited about the hunt. I think it was a fun idea. All right, so let's keep moving. Taylor, who is up for grabs next?
Oof. Let's do Narcissist Dylan.
All right, Dylan, someone who applied to the greenhouse. What? Okay, wait, what am I doing? Okay, wait, I'm messing up. Oh, it's getting bad. Uh-oh.
Undo.
About to say, yeah.
No, it's like way too late. Oh God, could not be. Oh God. I'm sorry. Wait, I'm coming.
Dylan's at work right now.
This is humiliating.
Dylan's doing it.
Humiliating. Oh my God, I'm sweating. I feel like I'm
Here we
parallel
go.
parking.
Hold
Okay.
on.
All right, Dylan. Dylan is up for grabs. Is
I'll go
anyone
2.
interested? All right, starting off with 2 for Dylan.
3.
3 on Dylan. 3 on Dylan, going once. Twice. Congratulations, Taylor. You have your 4th teammate.
Period.
Reese's. Period. All right. Taylor, you get to kick off the conversation. What do you think of Dylan?
Dylan is funny. Dylan's like, I'm a narcissist. Like, he's aware. Like, he knows. That's what I don't know. Dylan is good. I at first like laughed in his interview a little bit, and I was like, I think he might be too much. But then he like stood up when he was doing his like the introductions, and I thought he did it really well. And I think people will like him. Like, he's just like blunt, funny. He's like the chill funny, he's got the beanie, like he's got like the you can probably make dark humor with me kind of like vibe to him. And I think it's good. I was a little bit, I don't know, I kind of just went for it when I was like 3, but I'm just a little bit nervous, like as long as he doesn't rub people the wrong way or isn't like too much, he's just gonna like maybe contain a little bit. But this is just going off like before the game's really going. I don't know. He seems cool. Cool.
Yeah, I think those are all great points. Shane, what do you think about Dylan?
I think Dylan would be like a great asset to any alliance, and I think he'd be a great ally. He seems loyal and strategic. Like Taylor said, I can't quite place his game yet, but that's also not a bad thing in week 1. You don't want to like lay everything out right at the start. But I think if he can get some people around him too, I think he'll be good at knowing the timing of the situation and know when to play an individual game. We'll see with him.
Definitely. He's another person who has a good bit of like online game experience under his belt. Like, he knows his way around these kinds of situations. So, Maddie, you walk into Greenhouse Season 4. You're the second returnee of the Greenhouse. What's your impression of Dylan?
I would want to get him out sooner rather than later, would be my gut reaction. But I would obviously not let that onto him. I would want to try, like, I'd want to like work with him so he doesn't suspect anything, but like I would never take him to the end. I can tell that he is sociable and strategic, and I just think that he would be a really big threat towards the end, and I wouldn't want him there. I would want to get him out before even we got to like the midway point. Like, maybe I let you make it to jury. That's
maybe. Like, something about him seems like really cutthroat in like a good way. Like, he's like, I want to win. So, yeah.
I don't know. He's iconic.
And Taylor's getting stacked.
Yeah. Any other comments on Dylan before we keep moving?
I just think he's going to bring us something messy. Like, I just feel like he's the one at Thanksgiving making some sort of like comment to just rile up the fam, and I hope he does it.
We will have to see.
Was he the one that gave a monologue for his housewives?
Oh my God. Oh yeah.
Entrance?
Okay, paragraph.
Yeah.
That was so funny.
So fun. It was truly like 50 seconds long.
Yeah.
It was so good.
I was like, I sent them the links to the other premieres. I was like, you should know what this looks like, right? Like, I don't know. It was iconic. The cast has a group chat now, and they were all talking about the premiere, and Dylan apologized for his for his monologue.
Yeah.
But okay, paragraph. Taylor, who is the next person up for grabs?
All right, we're going to go from paragraph to short, sweet, a little spicy and to the point. Caleb.
All right, iconic. Could not be more excited to say Caleb is up for grabs. Does anyone want to recruit Caleb?
1.
2.
2 for Caleb. Two for Caleb. Going once?
He doesn't deserve just. Where am I at? 9?
You're at 9.
Do it.
Spin them seeds.
I mean, I did
Twice.
spend an
3's a steal.
Honestly, it is.
2 isn't even like a robbery though. I'm gonna let him go, I think.
All right. Congratulations, Maddie. You have recruited Caleb on your team for a steal of 2 seeds.
Let's do it.
All right, Maddie, talk us through it. What do we think about Caleb?
So he's a big fan of the show, right?
Yes.
Okay. I think that's
He
gonna
truly
be
commented on this draft.
yes. So I think that's gonna be really good for him because he's gonna have seen every episode so far. So he's gonna know what's going on. What I'm worried about him with is if he lets people on to knowing that he's as big of a fan as he is, but I don't think he has yet. So I think he might be able to keep that close to vest, and that would be beneficial to him. Another thing I'm worried about is if he plays too hard too early. But I don't know. 2 is a steal. I was just throwing 2 in there. I was like, let's drive this price up. But I'm happy to have him. So and he has 2 seeds now. So as of episode 1. So let's go.
Yeah, absolutely. Caleb is, when he applied through the form, definitely look at LRG casting if you would like to apply for future seasons of the Greenhouse. And also, he's the first person that I've met from him being a fan of our shows. So, it was just as cool for me to have him over as I think it was for him to come. So, could not be more thrilled to have him here. Taylor, you were so close to getting Caleb. What do you think?
Caleb is iconic, and at first I was just scared of him, from his interview. I was just like, he's gonna be a lot, threat for sure. But then it's you watch him talk, in his Meet Me. Is he the one who said he'd been on Duolingo for 55 days? Was that
Yes.
Caleb? Okay, so he's cool. He just has random fun facts, and I was like, oh, he's gonna be so good. Because he's not on my team, I hope he gets clocked, but if he's on my team, he definitely has that winner potential for sure. He's just social, but it could get him clocked, as a very real thing. So I don't know, but he's got experience. That's why I was just also he does know the game. So I think he will be his own worst enemy in this game.
Yeah, fair enough. Shane, what do you think about Caleb?
I can't get a good read on Caleb. I really can't. I was watching it and I felt like he was a fish out of water. And I know he's live with us. Sorry, Caleb. I thought he was a fish out of water. And then he was like, I know the game really well. And so I was like, what you're saying isn't really matching up with what. I mean, what do I know? I lost too. So he could be a winner. So I hope he does well. I like him, and I like that he's paired up with Gavin, who knows the game really well. So I really just did not like that he got left out of that draft. That really scares me.
Yeah, how concerned are we about that bottom 2 team that was blocked out of the competition? Taylor, what do you think?
I'm usually I think that is concerning. If this was 2 groups of big numbers, I would definitely be more concerned. But these are small groups of 3. It was just such a early schoolyard pick. The only thing that is hard for me because they did have the 2-hour wait. People did bond during that time as well, and I don't, just from an outsider's perspective, I don't know how much that played into the teams and everything. But this also he didn't get picked. He's not picked as a social threat. He got to look for the seat. I'm saying I just I think he'll be fine. I really do. I don't think it's as big of a deal as being on Exile Island round 1 or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
What do we think of these teams? Do we think it will actually extend past this first challenge at all?
I don't really think so,
I don't
especially
think so.
because it wasn't someone picked and then the next person picked. It was Seth picked his entire team. Ross picked his entire team. And I don't recall who the last one was.
Ava
Yeah, Ava.
Picked her entire. So it's kind of like
and Ruby.
Yeah, Ava, Seth, Ross, and Ruby.
it'll probably be like an alliance out of convenience as long
Right.
as if someone wins. But the second something goes sideways, like someone's going to jump ship. There's no way that they don't.
Yeah, but I think that's what gives Gavin and Caleb, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
anything, Gavin and Caleb have more reason to feel united than any of the other teams.
Right.
Mhm.
Absolutely. And I think I wouldn't be, if I was in their position, I wouldn't be super worried that I wasn't picked because of, like Shane was saying, it was only 4 people picking. That doesn't speak for
Right.
like the whole cast. That just
Right.
speaks for the 4 people.
But we've
Yeah,
seen previously how that can backfire and be like, yeah, only one person was picking, but it only takes one person to be like, well, they didn't get picked because they're not social. And that just completely unravel into this whole thing.
Yeah, Shane. I mean, your
That's
first
experience.
your first greenhouse challenge was basically another type of pick, but the pick was the competition.
Exactly.
So, I mean, you were in that group of 4 that didn't get a seed in the first round. So, I mean, what
Yeah,
are
I
your
just want
thoughts on being
therapy.
able to play from behind in greenhouse?
Yeah. Oh, wait, what? What was the question?
Like, do you have any general comments about playing from behind in greenhouse?
Probably none that will help since it did not go well.
Fair.
No, I mean, I think just social connections, like early game social connections, are so undervalued because that's what's going to get you through the vote. You can be on the block every single week, and if you've got people in your corner, you don't go home. And
Yeah.
then that gives you way more opportunities to pivot or be even more social with different groups or win competitions. Like, yeah, definitely the social is how you play from behind.
Yeah, definitely. Maddie, do you think there's a level of like, what's the word? Sympathy for Gavin and Caleb being left out so early?
There could be. I think, like we were saying earlier, we've got a lot of strategic people in this cast, and not so much maybe sympathy, but maybe also strategy. Like, they're clearly on the bottom. Let me get them as a number. There's a potential for that to play out also.
Yep, definitely. All right, let's keep moving. Maddie, who is the next person up for grabs?
Let's go with Seth.
All right, Seth. Iconic. All right, does anyone want to recruit Seth on their team?
I'll do one.
1 seat for Seth.
I'll do 2.
Going 2 seats on Seth.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do 3.
3 seats on Seth.
Spend them, baby.
Going once. Twice. Congratulations, Shane. You have recruited your second teammate, Seth. So you get to kick off the conversation. What are your initial thoughts on Seth?
Man, so he has played a previous game before.
Yes, he has. He played
Okay.
Survivor.
So he does have that experience there. And he's in the greenhouse, and he was the leader of his team. So if anyone is going to benefit from the power structure week 1 getting into alliances, it's going to be him.
Yeah.
And I think that I know he missed out on the first Jackbox 2-hour thing, but something about him, I would at least like want to, I don't know what it is about him. Like, he feels pretty strategic too.
Very personable too. Maddie, what are your thoughts on Seth?
So I've played with Seth. And from my experience with Seth, he knows how to talk. He can talk his way through a lot. But again, that might not be a good thing for everybody. Some people might catch on to that. And I think that could be, he could become a high level threat because people see him as such a good conversationalist that he can get through sticky situations. So we'll see how it plays out. But I do like that he's in the greenhouse week 1. I think that that's going to give him some good social capital moving forward. So we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. Plus, I think it's worth mentioning that he recruited a whole player the night before. So he's already talked someone into this. Taylor, what do you think about Seth?
I was also drawn to Seth. He was one I was like considering about snatching up. I don't think the being late is going to hurt him too bad, especially because he won and he's going to have capital. Like round 1 capital is like pretty important. You either like want it or want to stay like super far from it, and it can really impact the game. He does give me vibes that he's like smooth talker, smooth criminal. So I think managing his threat will also be like his, like it's on him. So if he's just, I don't know. I think he was a good pick for sure.
Yeah, he's super interesting as a player because like he is a smooth talker, but he's also visibly a smooth talker. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's the mustache. Let's just say it. Let's make the subtext text. It's the mustache.
Mustache for sure.
So iconic mustache. Congratulations, Seth. All right. Any other comments on Seth before we keep moving? All right. Ring the there here alarm. Let's keep going. Shane, who is the next player up for grabs?
Let's go, Gavin.
All right. Gavin on the table. Okay, wait. Bring to the front. All right. Do I hear anybody wanting to recruit Gavin on their team?
I'll do 1.
I'll do
1
2.
seed on Gavin. 2 seeds on Gavin.
I'll go 3.
3 seeds on Gavin. I see thinking. Going once. Twice. Congratulations, Shane. You have recruited Gavin for 3 seeds. All right, Shane, tell us about your pick, Gavin.
I see so much of myself in Gavin. That's why I was like, I want him. He's mine. He's me. I am him. You know, he does have his own reality show, his reality show. So he knows the mechanics of this game probably better than everyone else. And he knows, just like we were talking, he knows the importance of, you know, game capital, week 1 capital, as well as social capital. I know even when he was in the situation where he didn't get picked, which I can see him starting to spiral a little bit.
Another Shane parallel.
Yeah, pretty much so. But he immediately went over and said, "Oh no, Caleb, we're locked in. Like we have to be." He did it well, and they went on that seed hunt, and he immediately went, "It's your seed. You found it. That's fair." Even though when Caleb found it, you could see how upset he was. Like he did this whole tantrum thing off to the side. But then he went up and gave Caleb a hug. So like he knows, like I know he's thinking about these things and he's very methodical. But I think that he will be able to navigate the game so long as no one knows or can read how well he's doing it. And he's got that alliance with Ava in his back pocket. So yeah. I think that they are going to complement each other so well because she's going to be able to do the heavy lifting socially, and he's going to be able to do know the timing and the strategy involved to make the moves at the right time.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a great read. I want to shout out Gavin's show. It's called Home Alone. It's also on YouTube. If you search Liger Blubber, Liger like a lion tiger, and Blubber like blubber. It's a fun show. I've watched it. It's a lot of fun. He edits it super well. I know their 3rd season's coming up soon. And I had another comment. Oh yeah, I think he's very similar to my hosting style, and our tone is very campy. We try to lean into the silliness of a lot of the shows. So I think he has a similar approach to me too, which is fun. So yeah, Taylor, what do you think about Gavin?
Gavin was actually the first person when he was talking, I was just like, this is someone I personally would love to work with. Like,
Right.
I do have my strategic side. I thrive socially. So, like, I like finding my more solely strategic side. You know, I love working with people who can really think and stop me from like jumping the gun. And I think Gavin will do just that without necessarily getting clocked so early. A player like that, in my opinion, as long as they can get themselves through the early round, they hide very well. Especially a duo will hide very well. Like Shane said, I love like an Ava Gavin duo. Like that's my kind of like pairing because I think that they will balance each other out. They won't have to necessarily like Ava. I don't think we'll have to worry about Gavin. But Gavin, I think, will always have his wheels turning. So he just has to make sure he doesn't like get too game body. And I think he's just going to do so well.
Maddie, what do you think about Gavin?
I think he's already in his head, and I see a downward spiral in his future, and that makes me nervous for him. I do see a lot of Shane in Gavin, and he doesn't have season 3 to at the time to like.
That is true.
He might just follow your same path, Shane. Love you, but we'll see what happens.
That is true. I think that, especially as a host, like I know the times that I've played on my own show, like there's a lot of pressure to just like, I need to show people I know what the hell I'm doing. So I think that there is an element of that pressure. I don't know if he played games before this one. I think he only hosted. And yes, Valencia. You definitely have to check out season 3. I think genuinely every season of the Greenhouse is iconic. Like truly, a lot of fun. There's something that will make you gasp out loud in every season.
Every season.
No, truly. And like I'm saying that as a creator, and like I do make it for myself, but like I love it. It's my favorite show. Let me think. So Shane, you hosted before playing our games, right? I forget the exact timeline of when you started hosting your Survivor games.
It was my fiance, but it was right before. It was like 3 months prior to Greenhouse 3. And then we had a second one after Greenhouse 3 where I did win. I took a lot of the things that I learned from season 3, and one day I'll post it, but it's not posted.
So I asked just because I'm curious for your perspective of coming in from a different gaming community, perhaps in a more production style role, though I think you played in the first one. What's it like to make that translation here?
It's definitely, so there's a lot of thoughts in your head just because you're looking at it from both lenses, trying to figure out, and you do want to show out. You want to be like, this is my thing. I want to excel at it. And I don't know if this is Gavin's first time or not. If it isn't, he knows his mistakes from previous iterations and he can build on that. If it is his first, hopefully he does well. I think he's got a much better social game than I had. So I think that he'll be able to bounce back and see where he went wrong and quickly maneuver and get back into where he wants to be, especially with a longer season.
Definitely. So iconic. In fact, Gavin's game itself is 5 days. So I think he's also coming from a much more elongated game experience, which is something worth noting. But yeah, any other comments on Gavin before we go? Did I call on everybody? Sorry, I zoned out for a second. Okay, cool. Iconic. So Shane, which player is up next?
Let's do Kelby.
All right, Kelby to the stage. Let me arrange. Okay, does anyone want to recruit Kelby on their team?
I'll do one.
All right, 1 on Kelby.
I'll do 2.
2 on Kelby.
I'll go 3.
3 on Kelby.
I'll go 4.
4 on Kelby.
I'll go 5.
5 on Kelby. Going once. Twice. Congratulations, Shane. You have recruited another teammate onto Team Shane. All right, so you get to kick off the conversation. What do we think about Kelby?
I love Kelby too.
Yeah.
She is, her and John Michael were my 1 and 2 right there. And something about her, like, she's so funny. Just you can see people talking to her, and she lights up a room, her smile when she talks. And everyone was hanging on every single word that she was saying, no matter who she was talking to. She's in the greenhouse. And she said that she wants to play this honest game, which can't relate, but we've seen 2 or 3 seasons in a row where that's the game that excels really, really well. And she seems very trustworthy. I don't know if she's got the lying capability in her. She very much could, but that's what's so special about Kelby is she could tell me something and it could be a bold-faced lie. And I'd be like, no, she's telling me the truth. Like, it's she's not going to lie to me. So she's got so many, there's so much like dynamics that she has. She has so many avenues she can go down. Yeah, I'm really excited to see her game.
Yeah, she is so fun. She's an extremely magnetic person. Like, I met her the day of filming. I'm obsessed with her. And yeah, I think she was one of, if not the most positively talked about person in the premiere. Like,
I don't see, like, I don't know when she's going to get nominated if she does, but I would nominate her in the first coming weeks. I'd be like, why would I nominate Kelby? Like, she's cool. She's someone that I want to work with.
Yeah, seriously. Not to mention, I think being in the greenhouse with that duo of Seth and Brock, I think they're going to take all the headlines for the week.
Absolutely.
While she can do more like ground level work. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, she could do it without attention, but with the same position.
Yep.
Should be interesting. Taylor, what do you think about Kelby?
Love her. She's someone I think I would be friends with, just like want to hang out. Like, she is so magnetic, and I think these early rounds are going to be easy for her unless we get some like crazy curveballs. But you're right, like, she's in a good spot. Her team won, but she doesn't have like the eyes on her for showing up late or for like being top dog. I think she's just going to be in such a good spot. I think my only worry was that she was like, I hope she can like put her like double ear like horns on like when she needs to. I just hope like she wouldn't let like the honest game like falter. That's like my only hesitation. It's like I need, like, if she has to get a little down and dirty, I hope she can. But love her name, love her. She was a good pick, and I wanted her. So
yeah,
love her. Maddie, what else do you think?
I think she's a sweetheart. Like, she would be someone that I would be drawn to work with. And I think being in the greenhouse round 1 is going to be really good for her. Like we were saying, especially with the duo of Seth and Brock, because I think she's able to, like, even if she has to nominate someone, whatever role she does get, I think she'll be able to play it under the radar enough to where she can put all the heat on the boys. And I think that's really important. What I am worried about her for is being so sweet, and she wants to be honest and not being able to make those cutthroat decisions. I think someone might be able to cut her easily if they don't see her as a cutthroat ally and someone that they can later down the line just kind of cut. Just yeah.
I don't remember what has she played. She hasn't played before.
She has not played before. This is her first, I believe, game experience, though she is a fan of Big Brother.
Yeah, I think she's going to be like the equivalent to like a backstage manager. I think she's going to be really good at having just everyone else around her be in the spotlight. Like, you go take the heat, but I'm the one actually telling you what to do. And again, I think she's going to be a great ally. Like Maddie was saying, someone might cut her because she's not cutthroat, but like who wants to work with someone that's super cutthroat? But I think that's going to help her the most because she's going to be back there just being like, yeah, whatever you need. And then at the end, when you get to those last few rounds where it's really everyone for themselves, like I could see everyone gravitating around her, and her being the number 2 to 3 or 4 different people is really going to help her out.
Yeah, definitely. I think truly every player should compete for visibly loyal people like this. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think this is the exact type of person you want to work long term with. So we'll see if the cast catches on.
But even if she gets if she can get to the end, if she's unable to make the cutthroat moves, will this cast vote for her?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, sorry, tired, but I think I don't know. Our games go both directions. I think it just kind of depends on the tenor of the cast. I don't know. What do y'all think? Do y'all think this is what type of cast do you think this is? More like cutthroat respect or more that personal connection respect?
It's going to be a dangerous combination of both to make. I think this is going to be such a good season. I think it's going to be like unpredictable, honestly. I love Edmund. Shane, I loved you working with Edmund, but I think this season might be the best season yet.
It's an iconic season. I'm just going to say it. All right. Any other thoughts on the Calby conversation before we keep going? All right, fun. Shane, we are down to our last 3 players.
Right.
Wait, how much did we get Calby for?
4. 5.
So
5, yeah.
So you're down to 4.
Oh, they're keeping notes on me. Okay.
Oh, I'm keeping
Can't lie.
I am not letting you commit tax evasion
I thought it was
right here. Okay?
All right. Who's up for grabs, Shane?
Let's go with Kim.
All right. Yes. Kim is up for grabs. Okay. All right. Does anyone want to recruit Kim?
I'll go 1.
I'll do 2.
1 on Kim. 2
I'll
on
go
Kim.
4.
4 on Kim.
I'll go 5.
5 on Kim.
Frick. I'm gonna go 6.
6 on Kim. Slaying. 6 on Kim. Going once. Twice. Congratulations, Taylor.
Yes.
You get another player on your team. What are our thoughts on Kim?
I love her so much, and she's so self-aware. She's like not only clocking her allies, she's saying like she's like scared of Anthony already. Like she's good. Like she knows I know she's reading people, and she's good. She's so good. So good.
Yeah. I am thrilled to have Kim on the cast. We've been trying to get her to play for so long. Just the schedules have never lined up. I believe truly she's been invited to all 4 Greenhouse seasons.
Oh my God.
She was president of the musical theater club when I was at LSU. So she's super organized, knows how to lead a group. So charismatic. I mean, her laugh is infectious. I'm obsessed with her. Maddie, what do you think about Kim? Have you ever met Kim?
I'm not. I don't think so.
Really?
No, but I would love to work with her. Yeah, she seems so sweet. And I think she is so smart. Like we haven't seen like a lot of gameplay yet, but she just seems like the person that would be like so smart and be able to maneuver conversations in her favor. Like I'm so excited to see what she does. And I was still on the fence on trying to bid to get her, but it's fine. It's fine.
Iconic. Shane, what are your thoughts on Kim? How was her premiere?
I think that's a great pick. She's such a well-balanced player.
Mhm.
Like, and to be able to see that in week one, like everything that she says and does, like if you were to look at her stats, like the little stat ring, everything is in perfect, like it's perfect pentagon or whatever it is. Like even in her interview when she was in the medical chair, I was like, look at this professional right here.
Right?
And then her interview with Thomas, she said, like she had the analogy of building roots for the greenhouse. Are you kidding me? Like, what an incredible quote.
She's
And
a
then
writer.
she brought it back to chess and she was like, I may be a pawn, but I may just make it across the board. Like,
Yeah.
who's come? Like, she's amazing.
She's
Mhm.
I love her so much. Kim, take off the purse though. That was driving me crazy. That was driving me crazy. Like when she was doing the shoots and ladder thing, I was like, I just feel like you have better balance. She's got it on in this picture.
Yep.
So as soon as she gets rid of that purse, oh, she's going all the way. She's going
Game
hard.
over. Yeah.
I love it.
So fun. I love Kim so much. Also, what did we think about the shoots and ladder challenge?
They were being wild because in the rules it said at pumpkin or above. So I don't know
Right.
why people were trying to do like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would have placed
Like,
one
I
block and
One,
said,
yeah.
that's the rule. We win.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
literally. I think they were taking the ladder part too seriously. Like they were holding the theme stronger than we were
Yeah.
as production.
And someone came in. I
She
don't
had
recall
that
who it
one.
was.
She had it. She like built it so quick. And then
Yeah,
Yeah.
she kept fumbling with it. I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, girl, like go with it. It'll stay. Let go. Let
And
go.
then it fell because she kept touching it. And then someone else eventually did do that, and they were like, "It's tall enough, right?" I don't remember who that was, but I was like, "That's how you read the rules." Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, just keep asking.
but,
And we'll give you the thumbs up. Like for future, like if anyone's doing a like stack to a goal, just ask literally every time you place a brick. We will answer.
exactly.
one brick on the
and-
ground. Tall enough?
And also the don't break the ice challenge.
Oh
I
my
still do
God.
not know if Ross genuinely thought he could succeed.
That
with
was
the way that he
so
was doing it.
funny, though. Like,
was-
It's hilarious.
knowing
I,
you're
like,
losing
was-
and just doing something crazy. Like, that's
I
so
was-
funny.
Crying laughing because I thought that he just didn't know that they were connected and like was just praying to God that he could knock off that one measly like I don't know, but I was crying laughing.
Yeah.
And then what was the last one? Connect Four. Yeah, that one's kind of run of the mill, but iconic first challenge.
Mhm.
I think this is my favorite premiere episode challenge, even though I like the social ones. Like
Oh my
this
gosh.
one just got everything moving and like shaking. I had a good time.
Mhm.
So all right, Taylor, who is the next person up for grabs? Anthony or Ruby?
We'll do Ruby.
All right,
Are we on
Ruby.
a pool seeds, Shane?
Wait. Also, wait, Maddie just spent 6, right?
I didn't get anybody.
did.
Wait a minute.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Wait.
she did.
Taylor. Sorry. I'm getting mixed up.
Can we
Okay.
pool seeds together?
Ooh, that's a great idea.
You
But
wanna
you have to
split
give them
pick?
to me.
A robbery was just committed. Oh,
Like a split pick?
Historically, we haven't allowed passing of seeds in the draft.
Just
There's always
sharing. Sharing. Like they're on both our team.
Oh, no sharing. Only one winner here. We will never have a tie. So, all right, here we go. Ruby. Does anyone want to recruit Ruby?
4.
Be shady.
I know.
5.
All right, 5 on Ruby. Going once.
No one
twice.
can beat it.
I know. Congratulations, Maddie. You have recruited another teammate, Ruby.
Absolutely.
All right. So, what do we think about Ruby?
I think she's really sweet, and I think she can be a secret weapon. I don't think we've seen like a whole lot yet, but I think she wants to keep it close to her and not go guns a-blazing, when I think is really smart. I don't know. I'm excited to see what happens. I think she has the potential to do really great things.
Yeah, super fun. She's really good friends with my sister Emma. I think she she really wants this. But I also think I don't know. What I like about Ruby as a player is I think she's fairly underestimatable. When really I think strategically she has a lot going on. I don't know. Don't want to say too much. Taylor, what do you think about Ruby?
Love her so much. She's one of those ones where I clearly did not manage my seeds very well, but I wanted Kim so bad. I would have risked it all. Ruby's so
Yes,
good.
Valencia.
Do I have some news for you?
She said she's gonna be loyal, which is like good. I hope that she's not loyal to like her like fault or detriment. But like look at her. Like she just like looks like she could do no wrong. She could lie to my face and then I'd eat it up. So she seems good.
Yes, iconic Ruby. Shane, what do you think about Ruby?
I think Ruby's like really articulate, and I think that she is. I don't think that she's the type of person to let other people run her game. Like I think she's in the driver's seat of maybe not the alliance or maybe not the game, but her personal game. And that's a huge factor if you get to the final chairs. Like, what did you do? How did you pull yourself through the game? And I think that she'd be able to get herself there and really emphasize all the things that she did without other people, running her game.
Yes, I'm extremely glad you said that. Ruby is very headstrong and very committed to herself in the game. Love her. Any other comments on Ruby before we keep going? Slay, Ruby. All right, and here we are, the last player of the draft. Wait, let me make sure. Anthony. Icon. You don't have 7, Shane.
Oh, dang. I couldn't count.
We have 7 together.
Yeah, but I'm going to take him.
All right. Are you taking him for 5 or 6?
5.
He's worth 6.
It does like
All
what?
right.
Okay, if you have any seats left, does it count for anything? No, I don't know.
I don't know. To me, it's a slay to hit 0.
I did that last time. It's been
I'll do 4 seed counts.
Stop it.
All right. So, Maddie, you have recruited Anthony.
I
And
have.
here's my iconic graphic of your team. Why weren't you shady to Anthony and let him fall for less seeds than you owned?
Well, one, just from a draft strategic standpoint, more players, more like opportunity. So I was like, he's the last one. I have the most seeds. He's mine, point blank.
Yeah.
But I know Anthony, and he is so smart. He is sweet baby. Love him. Smart, and so I think that combination can be deadly, just like a lot of these people. I am nervous to see if he can gain the social capital to go long term. I don't know if he's there yet, but I guess we'll know within the next couple episodes. So I'm excited to see him play because I love him. He's an amazing human.
Yeah, he's iconic. I met Anthony through the LSU Ambassadors organization. I believe he literally trained us. He was one of the trainers of the new members.
He was.
I've had a couple classes with him. He's super nice, very community vibes. He's very good at drawing people in, very funny, obsessed. So happy he's here. Shane, what were your thoughts on Anthony?
I kind of have a worry with Anthony because I think he's the type of person that will see 3 different groups and try to be the middleman, kind of floating between all of the groups and try to be good with everyone. And I don't really know how well that's going to do in this game because you really need to have some kind of maneuverability, but you also have to have a somewhat very close bonds, tight alliance with a couple of people. And if you decide to jump ship, have someone to jump to, which I think he would be good at that, but I'm worried for him in the first couple rounds.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the greenhouse, it's especially difficult to play the middle, actually,
Mhm.
because there's so many different avenues for people to save themselves. Often it's the middle people who can surprisingly land in danger after other people have successfully saved themselves. So I think that it is important not only to ride the middle, but also to have people who will like show up for you when you are the one who falls in danger. So
Mhm.
you kind of need to have both. So I think that's a really good point, Shane. All right, Taylor, what do you think about Anthony?
I am honestly pissed. Like I wanted Anthony so bad. Like I had like the biggest heart next to Kim and Anthony. Like they were the ones I was like strategically putting my seeds on so I could get them. And I'm not gonna say who because this person might win just because they're on my team, but I might have upbid one person, which kind of screwed me here. And Anthony's so good. I would like he would be my bestie if I was in this game. Like
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm not worried for him in the early rounds, which is weird. I think that like people are a little threatened by him, which might like buy him a little bit of time because they're threatened by him. I'm worried about him like later in the game. If he does try and be the middle person and people might not go to bat for him because he's a threat. I love Anthony so much. And he's like, he kills plants. I was like, me too.
Oh, that was
Me
fun.
too.
Me
Yeah.
too.
No, I'm so bad. Like I feel bad about it. I
Me
need to
too.
improve, especially as the literal host of the greenhouse.
I mean, maybe like in a room full of gamers, like that works out for him, like playing the middle because he's not seen as this super uber threat.
Yeah, that's
He's
true.
social too, so it's hard. I think he's gonna be like out there, but
Yeah.
because he's not on my team, like I wish him the worst. But he's
Iconic. So those are the 14 incredible players we have for the Greenhouse Season 4. I'm thrilled with the cast, straight up. So let's go recap everybody's team. So first, Maddie, you have a 5-person team. Ross, Anthony, Brock, Caleb, and Ruby. What are your thoughts on your team? And who is your winner pick of your team? Just out of my personal curiosity.
Ooh. Okay. I'm excited for my team. I think I have a lot of I think I see some physical challenge winners in here. I see some strategic challenge winners in here. I see really sociable people. I think I have a good gambit of players. So that excites me because you never know how these things are going to fly. And you never know how the cast is going to vote in the end. So I like having a little bit of everything. Out of these 5, I would say my winner pick. Ooh, this is tough. I wasn't prepared for this question. I'm gonna go with Ross.
All right, solid. Congrats, Ross. Your team captain believes in you. Okay, here we go. Team Shane, the smallest team we have, but is it quality over quantity?
They're the final 4. Look at them. They're amazing.
Who's your winner pick on your team, Shane?
I don't know. I think. All right. So since this is the final 4, I think Gavin gets cut at 4. And then I think it's going to be a tie between John Michael and Kelby. And then
who's Seth
Seth cast the final vote for John Michael.
All right. Congrats, John Michael. What a thrilling finale that would be.
Right?
Our 3rd tie in a row. Iconic team. All right, Taylor. You got most of the ladies on your team.
So
Represent.
Dylan is gonna be Delaney this season because I have the Queen's Gambit. I almost said all women. So Delaney. And icons. This is so tough. Kim's gonna win. Kim's
Kim is
win.
gonna win. You
Kim's
heard it here
gonna win.
first.
She
In
ain't
the
gonna be
season.
wearing her purse at the end. She's ready to go.
She's gonna be putting the $1 million check in that purse.
The first. He said, I'm going straight to the bank after this.
My team is the Queen's Gambit, so that's my team name. They're
Queen's
taking
Gambit.
over. So when you said Gambit, Maddie, I was like, oh, that's good because
Yeah. Triggers. But yeah, iconic. So those are the 14 players. I am thrilled. So yeah, any final thoughts about the premiere or about the season that y'all want to share?
Do you like pay for their therapy after this? Because I just feel like a mess coming on. Like 2 days, some
Yeah.
hearts are gonna be
It's messy.
shattered.
I know. We have a big group chat. We're all friendly with each other. I don't know.
What's your release schedule gonna look like?
Oh, great question, especially since I haven't posted anything about that. It'll be on Sundays and Thursdays, back to our normal schedule. Last season was on Mondays and Fridays because I didn't want to land on Christmas and New Year's. So yeah, back to Sundays and Thursdays. Catch us.
I'm so excited. This is such a good cast.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is. I'm thrilled. So yeah, iconic. Who do we think's in danger week 1? Any predictions?
Ooh.
Well,
Let me look.
Yeah. Let me look at my notes.
Yeah, I'll let you consult your notes.
Brock's safe, so
Yeah, Brock's safe.
I'm a little bit nervous for Gavin.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm nervous for Caleb and Anthony.
Yes. Also a little nervous about anything. For me, yeah, Gavin and Jessica are my most worried for week 1.
Noted.
no one on my team's going. So
Oh.
Peace. All right, great. So thank all of you for doing this so much. Iconic that the hallway worked out. Yeah, if you want to keep watching Greenhouse, definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel, maybe. Just search Taylor Luke on YouTube, though actually that might bring up American Idol contestant Luke Taylor. But if you search Survivor Goat Island, I'll show up. If you search The Greenhouse Games Season 1, it'll show up. Or if you just go look up Live Reality Games, which is how you got here, you'll find our link somewhere. Just keep digging. And if you can't find it, did you really want it? No, you should. It's a good show. I'm like so proud of it.
It's a really good show.
Oh, thank you, Valencia. See,
Valencia
everyone
is like
follow-
MVP.
Yes, MVP
Yeah.
Valencia. So nice to meet you. You should apply. You should come play season 6 because 5 is All Stars. Spoilers. So I've mentioned that already. And yeah, truly thrilled. Keep following. It's a great season. I am editing the last handful of episodes right now, so I don't know if it'll be the traditional 20 episodes or if it'll be another extra couple because it is a longer game.
Right.
But we'll see. I'm shooting for 20 because I think it's so cute to do it. Plus, I want episode 100 to land on All Stars, which it will anyway. But I know, so wild. But thank y'all so much. Do we have anything to plug? Watch Ascendance 3.
Watch Ascendance Live Season 3.
Iconic. So yes, thank you for watching. Big thank you to our cast and film crew who helped out the day of. Could not truly dream come true. I can't believe that I can still do this. And thank you to all of y'all for doing this draft. Iconic of you. Can't wait to see who wins. And who knows? I'll message y'all for when we get halfway through the season. If we have a mid-season recap. But iconic. Bye, y'all. I'll end the broadcast. Wait.
Bye.